And we're live.
Nice. Look at you on the come up.
Ooh, how's that? For
The
a little
int-
intro.
The intro, courtesy of
Nick Haas.
Nick Haas.
Nick Haas, yes. Shout out to Nick Haas.
Big shouts out to Nick Haas. What's his Twitch? What's his thing called? It's a
The Haas effect.
Haas Effect.
Yeah.
That's actually a fucking killer name.
It's actually an audio term.
Is it?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah. It's kind of cool.
That's badass. Yeah. Well, Nick, appreciate you. Thank you, because it's those little things like that that kind of elevate your cast, so to speak.
Right.
Or whatever it is you're trying to produce. Those little nuances, an intro, a backdrop with lights,
Yeah.
comfortable seating.
Yeah.
I know we've been talking about that. These chairs aren't maybe the best, but
Yeah, a little rickety.
you got to start somewhere.
Got to start somewhere, man. These are humble beginnings, let me tell you.
That's it, man. Maybe one day, on episode 452,
Right.
we can look back and we're sitting in some like nice plush English,
Ooh,
whatever.
I've seen some nice setups.
Yeah.
I kind of have an idea of what I want it to look like
Exactly.
one day.
Yeah, no doubt, dude. So at work, I have a lot of time. Maybe not like the whole time, but there's enough time to sit there and throw some podcasts on. So of course I watch all the popular ones that everyone else probably knows and loves.
Yeah.
And you can see how their setups are, and you're kind of like, all right, cool,
Yeah.
something to aspire to, whatever.
Exactly. Right now, people probably couldn't tell, but we're in a garage. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
And you know what? No one can tell that.
Yeah.
No one can, because of how we've got it set up with the curtains and everything else, the lighting.
Yeah, the angle of the camera and all that.
Right.
So it's a little studio magic here.
Yeah, come on, man. But what's going to give it away though is when it's the summertime and it's like 110 degrees.
Yeah.
And we're in here
Just
dying,
sweating. Yeah.
just sweating. So yeah, we got to figure something out for
We
sure.
have some fans blowing at us, like full force.
And we'll have to hear the fan audio, the noises that the fan makes.
Hey, whatever
Or
we
a
gotta
portable AC unit. Those things are loud.
do. Right.
But
Yeah.
whatever.
We'll figure it out.
Exactly. Humble beginnings.
Right. Yeah.
I like it.
Necessity's the mother of invention. So we'll invent something. We'll invent a way to work around it. When the time comes.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So today we were supposed to have Dexys Villarreal on.
Yes.
Dexys is a well-known musician, artist, just an all-around badass, honestly. And unfortunately, he had some things come up, I'm sure. Very busy man, and couldn't make the cast, but no big deal. We'll have him on next time for sure.
For sure.
And can't wait to pick his brain.
Yeah.
And just talk about the things that he knows and loves, which he's been creating since, I don't want to speak for him, but since I've known him, he was like 16 years old, I think, when he was a drummer for Melovine.
Maybe even younger, I don't know.
Yeah, man, it was like his birthday.
It was,
and they were like, he turned 16. His first time we ever saw him, we were there for the Anubis show.
Oh,
and
the old Nutty Bar?
The old Nutty Bar. Yeah. It's now Scotty's Pub.
Scotty's Pub. Shout out to Scotty's.
Yeah, let's go. Scott Sexton, what's up?
Yeah.
Anyways, but yeah. And so he's been writing music at least for as long as that. And as you just see, when you follow his social media, you just see the evolution, the growth, and just, dude, good stuff. So I can't wait to have him on. We can pick his brain some. So. Yeah. But until then, I guess we're just going to kind of freestyle here.
Yeah.
Little thing that we do.
Yep. I also talked to Matt Teal about coming on.
Matt Teal, yes.
Yeah. Producer, kind of like a quantum physicist, I guess you could say.
Really?
Yeah.
Did not know that.
Yeah. So he's a cool dude, and talked to him. He couldn't make it today, but short notice and whatnot. But maybe in the near future. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, so for anybody listening, Talk of All Trades is just exactly that. You got something that you're specialized in. You got something that you're passionate about. Something that you know a lot about. We definitely want to have you on and talk to you because, the more we know, I guess.
Yeah, the more you know.
No, but for real, it's some interesting stuff. Prior to our session today, you and I, we were talking about artificial intelligence.
Right.
Now, as far as all I know about artificial intelligence is just the stuff I've seen in little internet news articles and, little podcasts I watch. Lex Fridman, he's like, a big AI proponent. I think he's, he's definitely spoke about it quite a bit on his channel for sure. And I don't know, just the stuff that I was reading about, you know, was this artificial intelligence like generator, I guess, that can generate all kinds of things, all kinds of, I guess, literature, media,
code,
art. Now code, that's even crazier.
That's the crazy one to me, because code is a language that it's the language of machines. You know what I mean? And so a machine, it's kind of like creating its own language, kind of telling itself what to do, kind of. You know, that's the kind of gray area I think it's gonna dip into. You know, because if a machine can write its own language, it could, I don't know, potentially figure out a way to become sentient. You know what I mean? In some degrees.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what we're doing, right? As humans, whoever's created all of this. Now, not us, right? You and me. I don't have the brain capacity to do that stuff, but somebody out there set this thing in motion, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Somebody pushed the button.
Yeah. Coded it up, figured it out, press play, and now it's going to do its own thing. Chat GPT.
Chat GPT.
Okay, so Chat GPT, heard that name thrown around a lot. Yeah. But you did something before we started streaming. Did you actually just make an account?
Yeah.
Just now?
Yeah.
So you never had the account, but you have an account now.
Right.
Okay, so. And what did you tell it to write? Because we had to generate 100 words.
I just said generate a 100-word essay on the dangers of artificial intelligence.
That's a little ironic,
you know.
Yeah, but it spit it out.
It spit it out.
It spit it out. Read it for us if you don't mind, please, because I didn't get a chance to hear it all.
Let me see if I can pull it up.
No, because here's the thing. He told it to generate this article, 100 words or whatever. It spit it right out, and as he's reading it, I was like, Cody, stop. We need to start streaming now. This is something we need to talk about. This is crazy.
So, artificial intelligence has the potential to revolutionize the way we live and work, but it also possesses several dangers. One of the most significant risks is that AI systems may be vulnerable to hacking, which could result in theft of sensitive data or the manipulation of these systems for malicious purposes. Additionally, AI could be used to create highly conceiving deep fake videos or impersonate individuals, causing damage to reputations or misleading information.
True.
AI could also lead to job displacement as automated systems and machines become more capable of performing tasks currently done by humans. And finally, the possibility of super intelligent AI, which could surpass human intelligence, is a source of concern for many experts.
Yeah,
all true statements.
Sure. And then we can sit here and we can take each one of those points and talk about it and try to dive into it further. Yeah. But it was all because this freaking computer just generated this, you know?
Pretty much.
Like, what? That's crazy.
Yeah. And, I mean, of course, I've heard about, you know, the capability of it, you know, just being able to write essays for students, you know, it's a way to...
And see, I have a feeling, though, like a professor should be able to know that, okay, this kid didn't write that. Or maybe if they do... No, what if they're just at a point to where it's like, fuck it, we don't even care anymore. Just pay us our fucking money.
Yeah,
you know, pay your college tuition so it can pay my paycheck. If you want to freaking have AI write your shit, you don't want to get this information.
It's one thing, but I mean, like high school, I mean, they're supposed to be actually learning. You know what I mean? Like,
them teachers could give even less of a fuck. We actually have a couple of friends who are high school teachers.
This is true.
And we should have them on the cast, no doubt. And if you could listen to their horror stories, we would actually probably have to scramble their faces because someone local could recognize them. Yeah. And we'd have to like change their voice so like so that nobody can hear.
I could do that.
Dude, some of the stuff that they have told me about, you know what I mean, that goes on in those high schools, I'm like, there's what? Yeah. So, but yeah, you're right. I mean, so kids obviously can just fake their essays now or have AI write it for them.
Yeah. You know? I mean, when I write an essay, it's usually pretty, you know, I feel like grammatically correct. You know, maybe if somebody who obviously doesn't write good essays, all of a sudden is writing fantastic, perfect essays.
Yeah,
that'd be
a
giveaway,
red flag, right? Yeah. But you know, and then some could say that, okay, well, I don't know. So there was already this concern of a dumbing down effect, right? You know, with phones, right? And the fact that all of the answers that we could ever have to any question is in the freaking palm of our hand. So all we need to do is just, I don't know, remember the basics of
how to use the phone.
yeah, sure. And then everything else is fine. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so who knows, man? You know, that one of the dangers of having AI just generate your essays for you. You forget how to how to write, how to communicate,
how to think.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's scary.
Autocorrect. I mean, we know all we have to do is know how to spell roughly how to spell the word. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Autocorrect will fix that for us.
Yeah.
Now we have Grammarly, which will fix our grammar. If we're writing something like a paper and we mess up on whatever.
Or like the syntax, it makes the syntax more. It even goes so far as to do that. Like, so for instance, and I do this to myself. Like, if I'm writing an email or something like that, I'll find myself like using like extra words or extra phrases that don't need to be in there. Mm-hmm. So I just kind of backspace it, and I'm just like, this just needs to be more concise and more to the point. Why am I using all this other extra flowery language? Right. You know what I mean? And what have you. And Grammarly's kind of something like that. It kind of takes those little extra words and just kind of cuts it for you. At least that's what I saw from the commercial.
Right.
But again, that's something that I kind of seem to have managed on my own, through trial and error. And then, but if people have access to this Grammarly, do they never learn that skill? Was that what happens?
Right.
Or maybe because they do use it, they do kind of have they're more conscientious of it. I don't know. I guess it goes either way. There's so many ways to think about it because, okay, so for instance, Zoe, right? She has dyslexia. Okay, so my daughter, Zoe, has dyslexia. Spelling is not going to be her strongest suit, no doubt. So something like spell check will help her, obviously. Writing, as of right now, writing an essay and stuff may not be her strongest suit, and so maybe having artificial intelligence write her papers for her, right? But I, as a parent, can see this not being, the answer, the solution to her dyslexia,
Right.
I mean, if we can get it to where it's like, hey, it's going to help you at least get some of this, at least your spelling correct and some of your grammar and this, that, and the other. But for it to just completely take over and her not ever learn anything, like I couldn't get behind that.
Right. Yeah. I mean, because you could ask it to write a history paper where none of the facts. Yeah. But it writes the entire paper for you. It's like,
and it could tell ChatGPT to talk about Napoleon right now. I mean, don't do it. I'm just.
I will.
Yeah.
Don't tell
me. It would be interesting though, because like, where does it get all of this? It just has internet.
I'll push it to the limit. I'll write a 10,000 word essay on Napoleon Dynamite.
Napoleon Dynamite, the movie.
Yes.
I was thinking more of the freaking general.
Oh, Bonaparte. My bad.
Bonaparte. Yeah.
Freudian slip. My bad.
Yeah.
So I should have used Grammarly or some.
Yeah.
See.
Oh no! Don't even get me going. Don't even get me going, because here's what's gonna happen. All right, we'll be able to plug in or embed some sort of like super chip into our brain, where we have to upload and upgrade and update. Oh man!
It's like, before I said that, I should have processed it and then deleted what I was gonna say and then actually said what I meant to say.
Oh man!
Yeah.
Wild.
So it's kind of like when you text somebody. Texting is like the ultimate form of like, should I say this? No, I shouldn't say this.
Yeah,
I should say it differently.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, it's not like having a conversation in real time.
No, yeah.
You have plenty of time to think about what you're gonna say.
Sure.
Edit it, whatever, before you send it.
No doubt. And now you can delete your text.
Apparently, I guess. I don't know. Can you?
Yeah, Apple. Like if I sent you a text right now, we use, and I think it's only the iPhone. Yeah. That interface or whatever the hell.
It'll probably say like chat or text deleted or something.
And it does. It does let you know that it deleted the text. And then you can be like, "What?
What'd you say?
What'd you send? What'd you send me?" I'm like, my bad or whatever. You know what I mean? Right. Totally lie. Oh man.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. Artificial intelligence. Where does it go?
Well, obviously, there's only one place it could lead to, right?
Don't even say it. I have a feeling I know what you say. Go ahead. Where's it going to lead to?
Well, I mean, it's going to lead to The Matrix.
Ah, damn. I thought you were going to go with Terminator, actually.
Oh, Terminator? Well,
yeah.
That too. That too.
Yeah. But any of those like apocalyptic, the machines take over scenarios that we've seen in the movies.
Like we said, somebody pushed play, somebody pushed the button.
Right.
When did that happen? We weren't aware. We weren't being told about this. We weren't asked.
No.
How we thought about it.
Right.
They just did it. And now it's live.
So that was kind of, I remember hearing when we were growing up when I was younger, the talking about like cloning animals.
Oh yeah, the sheep or something.
Yeah, it was a sheep or whatever. And one of the big I guess sentiments people had was like, oh, you're playing God. You're playing God. You're creating life.
Right.
There's a realm of responsibility that goes with all of that. And with this artificial intelligence, I feel it's the same kind of a thing. You know what I mean? Like you just created, whether it be this machine life or, you call it artificial, right? But it seems pretty darn real to me. You know what I mean? Yeah. And yeah, once you set those wheels in motion, is there a way to ever stop it?
Well, I don't know. For right now, anyway, I have to tell it to do something.
Sure.
Before it does something. Maybe soon enough, it'll just do things
on its own.
It
just knows.
I guess that's kind of like the intelligent part of it.
I guess you're right. You're right. So there's the artificial part of that. All right, like the fact that you have to still, like you said,
it's just an input output type thing.
Yeah, right.
You give it an input, it feeds an output. That's kind of what it does.
Right. So if it gets sentient, right, like you said,
tells itself what inputs and outputs,
to do.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you could tell it. Well, you can ask it lots of different things, lots of probably things that you probably shouldn't be asking it. How to make a bomb, or how to do this or that, or how to take over the world. Blah blah blah. How heck, off subject. Did you hear about the guy who Google searched basically how to get away with murder? No.
What happened?
Oh man, I mean, I don't know the entirety of the story, but in brief, it's basically they went through his Google search history.
Yes.
And it was everything from how to dismember a body, how long does a body last before it it starts to smell, how long does a body last in pneumonia, what's the best way to get rid of a body, can you be charged for murder without a body. It was basically hours of searches trying to basically figure out if you can get away with murder, and he I think it ended up murdering his wife.
What?
And they just, I think they maybe found the only thing they found, I think, was a bloody knife so far.
Completely got rid of the body.
Well, I'm assuming so.
Yeah.
Based on his search history.
See, but that's the thing. But see, okay, so I didn't hear about him.
Yeah.
Specifically.
Right.
But I've heard of that exact situation on other cases.
But how stupid can you be?
To Google search.
Talk about intelligence. That's that was not very intelligent of him to do that.
Oh man.
Just to be so blatant about it.
Yeah, just
Google search. Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, they're gonna go back and see all of that.
It's did he even use incognito mode? What the fuck? It's what was he doing?
Yeah, clearing the history and the cookies and all that is not gonna take care of all of that. Those guys know how to dig up into all of that.
For sure.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. You threw me off a little bit on that one.
but searching for things, ask the intelligent, AI, Chat GPT, whatever.
Yeah.
How to, take over the world. How to,
using it for something malicious. Is what
malicious, yes. Yeah. But then also something that it may, I don't know, maybe take on a mind of its own type thing, how to become sentient, you know what I mean? How could AI become sentient, and maybe figures out how it could become sentient itself, and then does it. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Just
somebody asked it the wrong thing,
right? Just weird scenarios, just kind of shooting from the hip. But
I hear you.
It's a crazy world that we've opened up,
Yeah.
So
I definitely see. I mean, okay, so I understand it being used as a tool that'll help us, maybe with certain mundane tasks. You know what I mean? There was one where, and I guess this was a form of artificial intelligence, or maybe it was a program. But essentially, what it did is it would take law documents, or maybe corporate contracts, or anything that has all that legalese type language. And usually they're freaking this thick, and somebody's got to go through all of that. Usually it's a paralegal, right? Examining all of the literature and everything, and finding all the different I guess, nuances of the contract or, whatever.
All the fine print.
Exactly. Basically, all the fine print. And there's this program that can do that now, that you can just kind of scan, I guess, and upload it, and then, have it go through and proofread it, read it, give you all the cliff notes on it, or if there's anything that you specifically are looking for.
Yeah.
Maybe snake in the grass, kind of hidden clause or something. I don't know. You can kind of do that. Whereas, in the past, it would take like a team of paralegals to do it.
Right. Right.
So, I mean, back to that point of the artificial intelligence taking away jobs. They took our jobs.
Yeah.
There's a chance like mundane, I don't call it mundane, but, very tedious, laborious type tasks like that. Yeah. I can't tell you. I'm pretty sure paralegals all over the world, I don't know, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure they would rather do something else than to go through all those,
I'm sure they would.
documents. I would think, at least. I mean, maybe it's like, well, this is the job I signed up for. It's like,
that's
okay.
kind of the job, I think.
I mean, I suppose, but
So
if you've got a program that can do it for you,
yeah, maybe to help them do their job. You know what I mean?
right.
But still, like, keep them employed at the same time, hopefully.
Yeah, and I think that's what it boils down to too. Nobody wants to lose their job to a freaking computer, but I mean.
Yeah, just what the AI warned us against.
The companies are going to do what they're going to, they're going to see what they need to do, and some of the biggest, a company's biggest expenses, their overhead, it's always their employees, and paying and doing payroll.
Yeah.
My company right now is doing a lot of cutbacks and rollbacks and whatever else, and not so much overtime and this, that, and the other, because they're just trying to weather a little downturn, in the market right now, in our industry. And, it ebbs and flows, ups and downs, but that's exactly what, most companies will do.
Right.
Fortunately, they haven't laid off anybody, but you read it in the paper all the time, Exxon cut 7,000 jobs.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a recession. What you gonna do,
Yeah. Well, and then that puts 7,000 people out of work in a recession.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know. I can understand people's apprehension to it, but I can also see it being used as a tool. I think it's it's one of those things like where it's here, it's gonna do what it do, and we're just gonna have to ride it out and see what happens.
Right.
Yeah,
it's interesting
no doubt
to mess with and talk about.
No doubt. That Chat GPT account you just got makes me almost want to go get one.
Yeah.
And remember, I asked you too. I thought it was illegal. I was like, "This thing's illegal." It just seems illegal. I don't know. It just seems like we shouldn't be able to have access to that. I don't know. I could be wrong.
It was real easy. Just the email, password, and bam, and then in.
You don't even pay for it.
No, it was free.
Why? Because are they throwing ads at you right now?
No, I don't think so. No ads here. There's an upgrade to a plus, which
of course,
$20 a month. It is faster response, priority access to new features, and it is available even when demand is high. So I guess there are certain times when maybe a lot of people are using it all at once,
right?
And maybe you can't access it, or you have to wait. Kind of like
there's always an upgrade
throttled,
button.
I guess, and everything's subscription based now. So
yeah, of course,
$20 a month, $10 a month here, $15 a month there. I mean, our whole lives are subscription based now.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Think
about all the stuff that I'm subscribed to right now. That's a monthly bill that comes out. You can kind of lose track of that.
Oh, for sure.
They should create an artificial intelligence that keeps up for that shit with you, for you.
I think there is some kind of app.
Yeah. Hey, you've been subscribed to this thing for X amount of months. Do you still need it?
Right.
I don't know.
I know there's one that just like you put all your bills and credit cards and everything like that, and it just
I've seen the commercials.
Pays it for you, and I'll make sure everything is paid on time and shit. So yeah.
ChatGPT.com.
Chat.openai.com. I think.
Chat.openai.com.
Yeah, I think there's other ones too. That's the one I'm kind of just familiar with. But I think Lex Friedman you mentioned, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he talked about a few others on a podcast I heard him on. So
I don't know, for whatever reason, ChatGPT was the one that I just heard a lot about.
Yeah.
And that was just
and he said
opening up a browser.
He said it kind of gets kind of like not fact checked, but like the responses get ranked on their accuracy.
Sure.
by humans to kind of just improve them.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's probably taking that feedback and then getting better from it.
Right. So I mean, it'll give like 5 responses, and then like someone will pick the best one, and then it'll just grow from there.
Okay.
So it's constantly getting better.
Yeah. There was something in the news about CNET. I don't even know what that stands for, but it's some sort of news site. Maybe you can look that up. That was using artificial intelligence to generate news articles for it.
Yeah.
And I don't know if there was any controversy surrounding that. I mean, it seems like there would be some almost taken, I don't know. I mean, like any other profession or even just like an art form, I think journalism,
right,
could be considered a type of art form, and you have artificial intelligence generating news articles. What does that say about the art form of journalism?
Right.
What does that do to it? Does it dilute it? Does it water it down some? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As a let's say you're, in the field journalist, right? Mm-hmm. Are you going to take an artificial intelligence article with the same brevity as you would one of your peers or something? I'm sure you would be like, this isn't real journalism. The hell with this.
Yeah, I mean, isn't journalism supposed to be like what's the type where they just say their opinions?
An op-ed?
Op-ed, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no. I mean, no. I mean, you got guys that will go to different countries for whatever reason, because maybe a natural disaster happened there, mm-hmm. or there's a lot of political turmoil going on, and they'll report what their experience was about and what they
I guess
encountered.
I guess that's the kind of personal encounter aspect, but they're
I would imagine that an artificial intelligence article would be devoid of that.
But do you get that nowadays? Do people still do that?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I mean, don't get me wrong, and this is probably a fault on me. I don't read a whole lot of news articles, so to speak, but
right.
Like I said, whenever there's a natural disaster that happened, like take for instance that earthquake that happened in Turkey, of course, apart from all the life-saving efforts that are going on there, I mean, there's news media and journalists flying over to report on it, talk about it.
Yeah.
36,000 people died in that, or upwards of it. And I think the death toll keeps climbing and climbing. I think I read today, just on a headline. I didn't read the whole article, but the headline talked about like a soccer player, a professional soccer player for Ghana. He was discovered in the rubble as one of the casualties. But
what are they doing? I mean, they're just going over there. Are they going over there just to like get the shot? You know what I mean? Like the sympathy shot, shot of the rubble, the shot of the
I don't know,
devastation. So they can be standing in front of it, almost like a social media post, like I'm right here at ground zero.
Right. Yeah, man. I mean, it's hard.
Only on CNN. It's
I think I know what you're getting at. I mean, it's kind of hard to. I think that's like it can be a little. I don't want to say cynical. What's the word I'm looking for? I can see what it could be looked upon as that, but I mean, also at the same time, there is a responsibility to report the news.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And yes, those pictures, like what you just described, that's what's going to get the ratings and everything else. And
the
so
emotional response.
Yeah, right. And everyone clicking on that versus clicking on another one, maybe the money shot, so to speak.
Right.
So I and you can see that. Is it all driven just based off ratings and getting people to click and everything else? And because all those numbers matter, right? All those numbers, equal money.
Yeah, they pay the bills.
Yeah, exactly. But at the same time, there is a responsibility to report the news. So you just kind of have to just take some of the good with the bad. But I mean, if those guys don't make money, then they can't send their journalists out there to wherever to cover the stories that we want to hear about and read about, know about. I don't know.
Sorry, I got Lane. He's on our chat.
Nice. What's up, Lane?
What it is? Let's see what he sent. University students recruit AI to write essays for them. Now what?
Yeah.
So it's an article about. Yeah.
Who wrote the article though? Was it artificial intelligence?
Tatiana Quach.
Yeah, that sounds made up.
That sounds made up.
Yeah, that's artificial intelligence.
That's an artificial name.
Yeah, no, I'm just kidding.
That's interesting.
No disrespect to the author.
No.
Just messing around.
That's cool. Yeah, we'll check it out.
Yeah, thanks, Lane.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you for listening. Got anybody else listening?
Well, let's see. We got 2, so I guess just Michelle and Lane.
Sweet.
So far, whole 2 people. Woo!
Oh man,
that's okay.
I can feel our reach is just getting out there.
It's doubled.
Oh, dude, it's actually doubled.
Few minutes, you know.
Yeah.
And that's fine. This ain't meant to be like some huge thing.
No, but I you know what? As the if we can get some growth out of this, and if we didn't have, a guest like or something happened like today. It would be cool to kind of riff like this, and then potentially have people chime in like, hey, send us a question you got, send us something you want to talk about, something we can research and talk about together, So, yes, children. Yeah, so we are totally in the middle of this podcast right now.
And it's live, so sorry guys.
Give us like a few more minutes.
30.
Yeah, let's say 30. No. Oh, God, no. Please.
My dad is the best.
No. Yeah, that works.
There you go.
Appreciate it.
I'm in the podcast now.
Oh, now they're all going to want to be in the podcast.
No, they better not. I'll lock that door.
Go lock that door.
I'm about to go lock that door right now. Have kids, they said.
Yeah. But yeah.
So you see what I'm saying? Like, that'd be cool if we, if we did get a pretty decent audience, someone sends some questions in, someone sends some, thoughts in on the topics or whatever.
Yeah.
Definitely appreciate Lane dropping that little nugget on us right there. So
I guess I could set it up to the chat. It's streaming also.
Oh, is it?
So
cool. Perfect.
Yeah, and maybe even like a video, like somebody can like video chat in or something like that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, like a Zoom or something.
Is there a way to get their face on the video feed?
Yeah. It's a possibility.
Yeah, that's cool.
As this production grows,
I'll
just have to maybe reach out to Mr. Nick Haas or even Rob Marshall. He's really good.
Yeah.
Shout out to Rob. He's really good at especially the live, the Twitch streaming. Because the Twitch thing is cool. That's not a whole lot of viewers. We got one more. So, and they're gone. But it's live, so people don't always have the time to tune in, sit for however long and watch it. So that's what YouTube's for. So by the way, we're on YouTube. Please like, share, and subscribe. We're on Spotify. So what do you on Spotify? Follow. Please like and follow.
All that good stuff.
Yeah. And as far as Apple Podcast goes, I think you can just maybe follow us on the Apple Podcast if that's where you listen. And there's other platforms out there. If anyone else listens to anything on any of the platforms, just let me know which ones you listen to, and I'll try to get on them.
Try to add them.
Yeah.
See, when you told me that, I knew Twitch and YouTube. And when you said that we were on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, I was kind of like, got pretty excited. I was like, hey man, that's reaching or at least it has the potential to reach the larger audience.
Yeah.
Obviously our content has to be worthy of that. But at any rate, it's something to say, getting on those platforms, trying to grow the channel.
Yeah. I think I'd like to have some more guests that just different diverse trades, opinions, just perspectives, because I think every guest we have on has their own little clique, own little following.
Oh yeah.
That would help grow the podcast. So
sure.
the more guests we have on, the bigger it'll get, just by naturally growing and reaching out to different people.
Yeah.
So obviously I've shared it with everyone I work with. I don't know, you've probably
shared
it with a few people.
No, I haven't. Actually, I haven't. Just
Friends,
today,
family.
for the first time, I actually posted something on Facebook and Instagram.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I know, man. I'm not a big sharer.
I know. It's
I
okay.
know. But how else are you going to
I'm
get the
the
word
opposite.
out?
I'm an oversharer.
You're the oversharer.
Yeah.
I figure, hey, man, if you like it, check it out. You know, I don't want to like throw it down your, shove it down
I'm
your
like,
throat.
cram it down your throat.
Yeah,
man.
yeah. Watch my podcast.
Right.
That's what's up.
But it's all good.
Yep.
What else we got? Anything crazy?
Nope. It was just artificial intelligence for me on the first one.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure. There's fly buzzing around me.
Yeah, that's fine. So I'm assuming the new audio setup and everything is working, so everyone apparently can hear. That's good. Hopefully y'all enjoyed the new intro video.
Nice. Yes. Hey, and the cool thing about that is we could change the intro video, I guess, as we so see fit.
I'm sure.
You know.
Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff we can do. Like you said, check out the Haas effect and all the stuff he has going on. Just for some ideas, because he's got some really cool production.
I was starting to watch the one where he took one of our songs and was mixing it.
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to finish the whole thing, but just watching that was actually pretty.
Yeah, you
cool.
saw that too, huh?
Yeah.
That was cool.
I liked what he did, man.
Yeah,
and it's cool because like on his video, like you can see all the little things that he's pulling up. Like you can see everything he's doing on his computer.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm getting all sweaty.
Oh no, yeah, it's fine. Still got some the hot sauce effect going on.
Dude, your wife killed me with that. What was that even called?
I think it was called The End.
The End?
Yeah,
that sounds about right. It wasn't the 1.2 million Scoville thing that I was reading about. That was something else. You got that?
That was the scorpion pepper.
The scorpion pepper. Yeah. Okay, yeah. No. Whatever she gave me though, she dipped like half the toothpick in there. Here's what screwed me up. Was when I ate the whole the whole toothpick worth of hot sauce, and she's like, "Oh my God, you ate the whole thing!" And I was like, "What? I wasn't supposed to."
Wasn't supposed
and then instant just burn. I was like, "Oh God, this is horrible."
What have I done?
It just made it like that much worse.
Yeah.
She's like, "Oh my God, he ate the whole thing." I'm like, "Oh crap."
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I know. Oh man. No, it burned for a while. It definitely set my whole tongue on fire. I could feel it like going down. I was just like, oh, that's the worst. That to me, that's the worst kind of burn. Like as it's going down, it's burning the whole way down. Like I can handle my tongue burning, but just that indigestion type heartburn that's going on.
Yeah.
I'm like, do I have diverticulitis? Like I'm freaking out here. You know what I mean? That's some hot stuff. Yeah. So you got those peppers because you like to make hot sauce.
Yeah.
When did that start? I didn't even realize you were really like making hot sauce until the other day.
Basically, the way it started was one day I was at the what nursery, the plant nursery.
Yeah.
Right? So I walked by a Ghost Reaper pepper plant.
Yeah.
I was like, or no, not Ghost Reaper, Ghost Pepper.
Oh.
Ghost Pepper plants.
Got it.
And I was like, oh, that sounds interesting. Let me see what I can do with it, So I grew some ghost peppers, and I was like, well, what am I going to do with these things? Well, there's only a couple of things you can do, I guess, with them. One of which is make salsa. So it's like, hey, let's make some salsa with them. So made some ghost pepper salsa. Loved it.
You like spicy things?
Nice and spicy, yeah.
See, because listen, I know you have a palate of like a 7-year-old, at least on some things.
I do.
Sorry, my bad. And I mean that, lovingly. I'm jabbing at you.
Love,
yeah. But I didn't think spicy things was gonna be something that you enjoyed, but you do.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't know I had such an affinity for it.
Right.
But,
I mean, you're ordering
as
scorpion peppers via Amazon or wherever the hell you got that thing from. So
as my taste kind of grew for it. Obviously I was kind of wanting to push the limit, so ghost pepper's not the hottest.
Yeah.
It's like the third or fourth, maybe the fifth hottest, depending on who you ask. So
what's the hottest pepper? Isn't it that jalopia, dupe jalopia, or whatever the hell it's called?
Jalopia, I think, is another name for ghost pepper.
Oh, it is?
And then there's scorpion, which is pretty much, like twice as hot as the ghost.
Yeah.
And then there's the Carolina Reaper, which is just above the scorpion.
Yeah.
And then there's some other ones out there that are like hybrids. I mean, they're always like kind of like pushing the limits, evolving, just making them more spicy, essentially. So they're coming out with new peppers all the time, I guess. But as of right now, I believe it's the Reaper still kind of
still the one. That's the one that I've heard of.
Yeah.
So that one holds top spot.
Yeah. So that's the one. I use that one in the scorpion, mainly in the salsa. And Ghost, honestly, now is just extra. Like,
Yeah.
I'll just throw some in there for fun because it's at that point it doesn't even matter.
So then, what about regular old jalapeno peppers? What do they do for you now? Probably nothing.
No, I mean,
do you add them in your salsa?
sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes. They're just a flavor.
Yeah, it's a
at that
flavor,
point.
right? Yeah.
So I mean, I still like the flavor of jalapeno, habanero, serrano. Like those are still good peppers, flavors.
Right.
You know, they're not necessarily hot unless you use like a fuck ton of them. I mean, because
Yeah.
it all boils down to the ratio you use, right? So obviously, if you put one pepper, like one Reaper, in like 10 jars of salsa, it's not gonna be very hot because
Yeah.
it's just diluted at that point. But if you use one per jar, you know, it's pretty spicy.
That's gonna step up the spice.
Yeah.
So can I ask you your process or on making salsa, or is it like a secret right now?
I mean, it's not a secret, but I mean, I will say that we use, you know, like I said, Reaper and Scorpion and Ghost, with just some very basic ingredients.
I know, but okay. So with the peppers, are you like cooking
You
them
have to
in a frying
rehydrate.
pan?
You have to
first?
rehydrate them because they come dehydrated.
Okay. So what does that involve?
Basically, just put them in a pot of water. I think you simmer them, and then put them in the water. Let them kind of just rehydrate, and then you just grind them up and
throw them in the blender.
Throw them in the blend them up and and blend all the sauce. I like mine pretty not chunky. You know what I mean? Like I like everything smooth and well blended. So
right.
That's just it's a texture thing, I guess.
Do you see a future in making this salsa and maybe packaging it and selling it?
Man, I thought about it. There's a lot to get, like all the like licenses you need to distribute it and everything.
Of course, yeah.
I've been told my salsa is good. It needs to be sold. Needs to be put on shelves and stores and all that. I'm just like, yeah, but that's a lot of work.
There's a lot of stuff you're gonna have to do. Yeah.
So for right now,
they don't just let anybody sell anything, or at least they shouldn't, right? So
right.
What's funny is I do remember hearing about this one particular lady, and I don't remember the name or her name or the name of the product that she was selling, but it was like a food sauce, right? And it was pink. I think it was pink. It looked like Pepto-Bismol almost, right? But it was this pink sauce. Right. And she would sell it. And as she was making it and selling it, people were wanting to know, wait a second, what's in this stuff? Like, I understand you maybe can't tell us your exact recipe, but there needs to be like the nutrition facts label and like, where's all the federally regulated information that's supposed to be on these things, And I think there was like a little bit of, again, some controversy with that this person was making this stuff, no one knew what the ingredients were. What if someone has an allergy to one of the ingredients, kind of a thing?
Right.
And I think some of it was milk based that she did have in there, which is like it needs to be refrigerated, but she's shipping it, cross country or whatever, and it's showing up to people's doorsteps like smelling rotten or spoiled, because there's milk product in there and it should have been refrigerated this whole time.
Dang.
Whatever. But yeah, that's I can see, you can see where, it having those regulations and everything else is, obviously it's for our own benefit and our own protection. But it got me thinking too, because like I get it, she's trying to come up and start a business, a product. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, obviously, but you got to go through the right steps and the right channels so that way you protect yourself and protect your business. Because I mean, say somebody got sick. Really sick. Yeah. They're going to turn around and probably try to get some pursue some legal action against you.
Oh yeah.
And you're right. There's a lot of risk involved.
And a lot of time. It's very time consuming. And that's something I don't have much of.
If you were to package it and slap a label on it, what would you call it?
So the name that I've come up with is basically Weak Sauce.
Weak Sauce.
Weak Sauce.
See, I already knew you had a name. I already knew. That's why I asked the question.
Yeah.
Because I know you. I know how your mind works. So you're going to have a name for it. And you're going to call it Weak Sauce.
Yeah.
Cody's Weak Sauce or just Weak Sauce?
I believe just Weak Sauce. I can't remember. There was a Spanish translation I had found out, or it was like salsa. It sounded like de boule, I believe.
Okay.
Salsa de boule.
Yeah.
Which kind of sounds like devil. You know, but it's de boule, like not strong.
Oh, okay.
Like debilitating at de boule. So that's just kind of the translation. Weak sauce.
Weak sauce.
Yeah. Because I mean, it basically would be in levels of weakness, right?
Yeah, I like that.
So instead of spice levels, like extra spicy, super spicy, whatever, not spicy, be like weak, and weak sauce, and then not very weak sauce, and then not at all weak sauce, and
so not at all weak sauce is the spiciest.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So it'd just be a little counterintuitive, a little fun.
Yeah, I like that.
So, besides weak sauce, weak sauce.
Yeah, exactly. You're right. The
old saying.
Yeah, the old saying. Well, that's some weak sauce.
That's some weak sauce.
Yeah.
I like that. You want some weak sauce? I got some weak sauce
I got some
for
weak
you.
sauce for you.
Bam! Here's your weak sauce.
Dude, whatever your wife gave me was definitely not weak sauce. What'd you say it was called? End of all days? What?
End all be all. The end.
The end?
Yeah, it's from Nashville. There's like a pepper company out there, or store
Nashville.
out there. Yeah.
Nice. We're supposed to be going to Tennessee in spring break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. We're going to Vegas.
Are you?
Yeah. We're gonna be on opposite ends of the country, but
yeah,
you're gonna be out in nature. We're gonna be out in the debauchery and
the debauchery. You're gonna have the children.
The land of debauchery.
You're gonna have the kids with you. Yes.
No.
No kids.
No kids.
Oh yeah, it's the land of debauchery. It's definitely the land of debauchery.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. No, last time we was in Vegas, I got married. You proposed and I got married.
Yep. And the last time I was there, a friend of ours got married by Elvis.
Yes, that's what you do.
Yeah.
When you go to Vegas, that's kind of what we did. You know what? And I apologize. I think I've told you before. I felt like we might have stole some thunder there, but we were just kind of like, we got a kid. We're 4 years into it. We're in the place where everyone gets married.
Right. Let's do it.
Let's just fucking do it. So we did. Cute. Did you have any of those pictures from the? Because I remember when we ordered that wedding package, and we didn't do the Elvis thing. We went to the Valley of Fire,
right, which
was cool. Had the limo, and they had like a little wedding photographer,
right.
And I remember telling them like, "Hey, get some pictures of you and Christine.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all just got engaged, so I know y'all took some of those photos. Did you ever get any of those photos?"
I'm sure we did. I believe we did. Yeah.
Okay.
On a computer hard drive somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere. Sure. I never got our photos. They were there. They showed the link, and they're like, "You better get these, download them, upload them, whatever."
Before
it expires, and that thing that's gone, dude. God, yeah. That's 2014. That's like what?
Almost 10 years ago.
9 years ago. 9 years ago.
Yep.
9 years, Cody.
9 years, Thomas.
9,
cheers.
Wonderful.
Cheers, brother.
Yeah, cheers, man. Here's to 9 more.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of marriage, no, I'm just kidding. We definitely don't want to go there.
No, right. That's a topic for a different conversation.
Boy, you ain't lying.
Yeah.
Should we have the wives on the cast?
I mean, we could.
Oh, what would we talk about?
I don't know. It might get dangerous.
Exactly. Exactly. I was sweating earlier. I don't know if you noticed, but if I had my wife here and we were doing a cast, like I think I'd be sweating even more.
Right.
Yeah. She'd ask me something stupid. I'd be like, "Oh God, I can't truthfully answer this."
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'd be fun. And the kids too. The kids can always,
of course,
join us.
Of course, the kids.
But as for other guests, like I said, if anyone here is watching this and wants to come on, just reach out. Facebook or whatever, phone, comment, whatever it is. Just we want to have as many people on as possible.
Sure.
And then
we have a pretty interesting group of friends. I think we have a pretty big group of friends. Yeah. A pretty decent network of people who do all kinds of different stuff.
Yeah.
And it always is interesting to speak with them and talk with them. Sometimes when I see them like maybe in like a party setting. Mm-hmm. So I don't really get a chance to sit there and just have like a deep dive conversation with those guys.
Yeah.
And I think this definitely gives that opportunity. I mean, it's not just for me, but I'm just saying it gives that opportunity for them to speak on what it is that they're passionate about.
This is true. I mean, it's kind of like, obviously, a conversation, like a chill sesh. except it's just kind of being documented.
Right.
It's just kind of being put out there for the world to also kind of watch in on, essentially. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's just a combo, it's just a conversation.
Try to drop some knowledge bombs here and there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have long form conversations with anybody, on a regular basis.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool, and I'd love to do it more often.
So far, we got a pretty regular thing going.
I know your schedule is pretty, with the plans. I mean, you're only off a couple Sundays. I'm off every Sunday, so it's pretty much a Sunday thing.
Right.
Once a month, I'd say is a
That's decent.
pretty solid schedule.
Yeah.
Just one Sunday a month. Next month, hopefully we get Dexys on.
Sure.
Following, hopefully, maybe Matt Teal can join us, and then from there, who knows? I mean, we also have Sundays. We also have like some music and stuff to work on too. So
yeah.
So that might, I don't know. Matt Teal is gonna hopefully be producing, recording us here shortly.
Man, that'd be awesome. That'd be awesome.
So that'd be cool.
I've seen some of his stuff on his Facebook where his studio looks like.
Yeah.
That's pretty legit. That's all out of his house.
Yeah.
That's pretty freaking legit.
Yeah. It's very impressive. I mean, I'm blown away. And I've seen it grow.
People are amazing.
He said that you
what's that?
Actually went over there a long time ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
back
man.
into the San Jack days,
dude.
when he was first coming in.
Yeah, it's possible, man. But man, I was such a knucklehead. I don't hardly remember anything.
Yeah, but I'm excited.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no doubt. You want to do some music now? Actually,
Let's go.
let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right,
Let's
man.
shut it down.
Shut it down. Peace
Talk of all
out.
trades. Episode 5. It's a wrap.
In the books.
All right. All right.